Hey guys, so we've got both tractors in the shop. Since I'm gonna plant corn with 8420, I take the planter monitor stuff out of the 7200R. So we got that, working on that, getting the monitors in the cab, running all the wiring. Like I said, we took the monitors out of that one. We got 7200 service now. All the filters and fluids changed that we need to change. It was up for hubs and front axle service, so we got that done. Working on cleaning it up now. So we got the cab cleaned out since we took all the stuff out for the planter. It'll be going on the bean planter, so we got that done. Got the cab cleaned out, arm rolled. Of course, working on washing the windows, so getting that ready. So we ought to have both tractors ready as far as serviced, and then we can get the planters out and go through them when we get the tractors done. Have to make some room in the shop and get them out. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So we run a planter, run a Ag Leader in Command 1200 because I have Ag Leader Sure Drive electric meters on the planter for row shot off, and we can do variable rate planting. The Trimble was in the tractor. That will run the auto steer in the tractor. I talked to some guys, nervous. No way to get the Trimble and the Ag Leader to talk to each other, so I could have just one screen. So I have one screen for auto steer and the other screen for my planter. Full box in the back, and gotta run all my wiring and zip tie and clean that mess up, but get that taken care of and go from there. So here's a better view of the Yetter twisters. Like I said, we got them changed out. This closing wheel frame, had to change it, it was cracked. It's a new to me planter. I got it last June after we got done. Traded my air seeder on the planter, so we'll hopefully have better seed placement with the planter compared to the air seeder, and hopefully get a better stand of beans and be able to dial in our population better. That's the kind of goal. The input prices the way they are and seed costs the way they are, you gotta everybody I've talked to said that the seed savings will help offset the payment cost, and after it's paid for, I'll still have seed savings. So, but yeah, we put the twisters on. They are a directional wheel. There's a left and a right, and there's an arrow on them which they have to spin a certain way because of the way the spikes are made. Then we had to gauge every one with bushings and washers on each side to get the gap at the bottom, what they recommend, 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. So that's what's going on that right now. I've got to finish greasing it, and I got to tire off the wing frame, tire shop to get repaired. So that's kind of what's going on there. Oh, I got the planter about done, the bean planter. Got my tire back over there. Got to put it on yet. I'll have to raise the back rank to get to that. Got a couple hoses that we took off that were leaking, hydraulic hoses. Went through all the gauge wheels, replaced what bearings needed to be done there. All the rest of that seems to be in good shape. We got a ring. The ring that holds the lid screws in one of the CCS tanks. The threads are messed up on the lid, and you can see the ratchet strap that's holding the lid down. So I got a new ring ordered. Got to go to John Deere and pick it up. When I do that, I'll get my hoses made, and we'll get the ranks raised up, get the tire on. It's been greased. As far as I know, it's ready to go. So once we get all that stuff done, it should be ready to plant beans. Then we may pull another tractor or two in and service them before we get the corn planter, or we might bring the corn planter in and service it, and then start working on my tank and plumbing for my infra. Hard telling. It's whatever I decide to bring in. I'm down here in the barn at Dad's house. We're having our county farm festival, Ag Days, this week at the fairgrounds. So they want us to bring an old tractor or two up. So I'm kind of in here seeing what's available to take, and then I'll try to figure out what we'll start. I'd like to take the 190 if I can get it out. I have to move that UB, Moline UB. I have to move it, and that Oliver 500. So I'd have to get 3 tractors to start to get one out. If the UB is start, I might just take it. So this is where we keep Dad's nicer tractors. So I don't know if we've ever been in here or not. I can give you a little quick tour. There's 1962 Ford F700. It was a fire truck. Bought a grain bed and put a hoist on it. 16,000 original miles. Oliver 1600. VAC case. This is my grandpa's. He never farmed with it, but he had it there at the end. It was the last tractor he had at his place. He had a little log splitter on it and a little grader blade. He kept his driveway clean. 445 Moline, never left the county. Second owner, I think. UB Moline, never left the county. We are the second owner on it. Moline 445. This is a rare one for here and for here. Dad bought this in Florida, brought it home, and they restored it. Since it goes to Florida every winter. Case Dio. It's just a pretty neat tractor. It was rough when they brought it home. The body man and paint man, he did a heck of a job. Dad's first car, 1947 Ford. Like I said, 190 Alice Chalmers. It's not an XT. It's a 190. Has no turbo on it. And an Oliver 500 was made by David Brown. Grandpa had one of them he used to farm with, so Dad found one. So here's the UB out in the sun. Needs cleaned up. I painted it, restored it, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. Then it had a little issue. We had to replace the cam and the governor in it, so we tore it apart and fixed it last summer. So it's back running again. Morning. I'm on my way to the Farm Service office to sign our yearly contracts for the farm program and all that fun stuff. So get that taken care of. I got a good John Deere, gets a couple hoses redone for the bean planter, and then we'll see about digging a tractor out, cleaning it up, and getting it up Farm Fest. So talk to you guys later. So I don't know how well all the jet streams show up. They don't show up near as well on the video here is what I'm looking at. But that's east. I'm an hour and a half from Dayton, Ohio, and about 2.5 or so from Columbus, Ohio. via, which would be that way. So morning. So I think gonna get the corn planter out here in a little bit. We got the bean planter out of the barn. A few small things to do to it yet, but it's basically ready to go. What's left can be done right before we go to the field. So I think we're gonna get the corn planter out, put it in the shop. It shouldn't need much, but we need to go over it and check bearings and everything and see what it does need. So it's better to get it in and check it out and go over it and see what it needs early before we get into a pinch and some parts are getting hard to get, and make sure we have anything. So there it is. So we'll get it hooked up and get that going here in a little bit. So that's what we're doing now. The corn planter's in the shop. Doesn't need much what we've gone over so far. Needs a few closing wheel bearings, like half a dozen. I don't know if you can see, I painted a paint marker on the ones that need it so we know which ones to take off. All gauge wheels were good. Had new disc openers last year. Had new road cleaner wheels last year. Meters were run on test stand last year, so it's basically doesn't need much. I will plumb, like I said, I'm gonna put a tank on the front of that tractor and plumb up the Infura, so we'll be running Infura and a 2x2. So we got to plumb that up, but not really a whole lot mechanical to do on the planter. It seems to be in good shape. So got to check air in the tires. We got a low tire right there, but that's pretty much it. So there's a little bit of hodgepodge on this video. I think that's where we'll stop it. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, share the video. Got any questions or anything, go ahead and reach out. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later. See ya.